Hi and welcome to Conversations with Robyn. Today's episode was filmed at our very first live show and features Deb Webber, who you may know from the series Sensing Murder. Sit back and enjoy. Wow. Thank you. It is such a privilege to be standing here and just have people that are willing to pay to come and see our live show and filming. So thank you very much. We have an amazing night ahead of us. Please, just sit back, enjoy. I know the energy is really going to start building. And of course, our first guest this evening, and it's someone who I absolutely call a friend. I've known this person for quite a number of years. We actually had a little a time where we didn't see each other for about 7 years, and then we came back into each other's life. Anne has become a very, very dear friend, and I absolutely honour her ability to communicate with spirit and those passed over. Please welcome Deb Webber.
Hello, Robyn.
Hello. So what do you think about...
There's a little prezzy for you, my darling.
You're bringing me a gift, weren't you? Wow, isn't this lovely?
I've warned her.
You've what?
Hello.
An angel. An angel. She can sit there and look after us. What do you think of this?
It's beautiful. I don't work on the stage. Have anyone seen me work before? I'm not very good on a stage.
Are you feeling a little nervous?
I feel sick.
You feel sick. And that's all okay.
That's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
All okay.
Yeah.
So, Deb, you and I are going to have a little bit of a conversation.
Okay.
And then you're going to be going out and interacting with the audience.
What are we going to talk about, Robyn?
Might be a good idea to have a chat about spirit, do you think?
Okay. Are there any in the room? Yes.
Out of curiosity, what are you seeing at the moment? Apart from obviously the people.
What am I seeing? My vision's starting to go blurry, so I can't see much. When I work, I go blurry. It's like a three-dimensional picture. When you have the pictures, and you sort of got to focus in and see the picture beyond the picture. Okay, that's how I see spirit. Okay. So I sort of have to zoom in and out at the moment.
So it's already starting to come in for you?
It is.
Okay.
Hopefully it will keep coming in.
What draws you? So you've got a number of people out there. What would draw you to someone? How does that work for you?
Oh, that's interesting. One night in one of my shows, I had a big snail, so I just followed the snail around. And it went to certain people. And usually I just walk up to people because I get drawn. So I don't know, it's like a magnetic force. Mm-hmm. So I just get drawn to that area and I start chatting, babbling and communicating. Yeah, with conscious energy, not with dead people.
Okay.
Yeah. People say I talk to dead people. I don't talk to dead people. I communicate with conscious energy. It's a totally different thing. A person passes over, the body goes to sleep, it gets cremated or buried. That's what the dead part is, but the spirit lives on, so it's not dead people. It's the conscious energy of someone that once existed here on earth. So it's a soul. Yeah.
Do you feel, generally speaking, that we are becoming more open about that sixth sense, that spiritual aspect of who we are?
Interesting, isn't it? I keep thinking, yes, we are, and I think we are slowly. But what saddens me is that it's not fast enough, and also, I'm going to say it. I have to say it because I have to talk your truth. But I think the media is actually going the opposite direction, in a way. But that's fear-based. I don't understand why it's not out in the world. I don't know why it's not accepted, because it's the ability of spirit and psychics and natural healing, natural foods, all that's been around since we were created. And people some people choose not to accept it for their own reasons, their own fear, but they seem to put that onto other people. Now I find the media does that a lot and dampens it. Mm-hmm. So it's like the dark still having control over the earth. Where of light being, you see me shaking, can't you? I shake. Of light being, we want to turn the world back into loving each other, being interdependent, not independent, because we're not independent, we rely on each other for absolutely everything in existence.
Absolutely.
So, and that's what we're trying to get back onto the earth, is that love and that creation and that oneness. And it is happening, it's going to happen. You can't stop it from happening. It is now in the process of evolving. And the quicker we get people to accept it and flow with it, the easier their lives are going to be. Your life's going to be easier.
Well, I mean, we're talking to the converted, aren't we?
No, there's a few skeptics out there, you can feel them. I did a show in New Zealand just recently, and I have profound moments in my life constantly, and I only talk about my own experiences, no one else's experiences, and you can't judge someone for their experience because you don't have it, you don't know what it's like. But I had this beautiful experience where I walked up to a skeptic in the show, and he sat there, and he was not going to do anything, he was just sitting there, but he didn't have his arms crossed or anything, he was just sitting there. And I said to him, first thing I said is, you do not believe in spirit, you don't believe in any of it. He said, no, I don't. I went, well, you better explain that to your father that died from a heart attack, da-da-da-da-da. And I went on with it. And in that session, it was the most beautiful thing. His father came through, communicated with his son, and then I held him. I had to hold the gentleman I was talking to, and he just sobbed. He sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. My shoulder was actually dripping wet, and I couldn't let him go. And all that healing, because his father wasn't emotionally attached to him, he never told him he loved him or anything. So everything came through. And it was like all this total healing of 14, 15 odd years or whatever it's been since he's passed was just coming through in one burst for this man. That is profound. When you get someone like that, and he came up to me after and he said, well, you've just changed my whole world. I said, good, because it healed him, and that was the purpose of it. I've got a saying. I believe you should live your life believing in God, and if you die and there's no God, so be it, fine. But if you don't believe in God and you die and there is, watch out. Yeah, but it makes you a better person believing in spirituality too, and natural forces. It makes you become aware of the person you are, the honesty that you want to live in your own life, the fun that you want to have in your life. The moments are very, very special. They're very, very short. Life's very, very short. It's a minute moment of the whole of existence of absolutely everything. So every moment means something. And to communicate the voice of spirit through myself, I find that to be a really precious thing. And I think because people are starting to do it more and more, they're coming, like psychics are coming out of the woodwork, let's say.
Yep, we've got a few here tonight.
Yep.
Add up all the psychics.
All of you. You're all psychic. You cannot not be. You ever have a gut instinct? Psychic ability. You ever think the telephone's going to ring? Psychic ability. Ever think of a car park, you get it? Psychic ability. We work on feelings as well. Psychic ability. You can be wrong, of course. I can be wrong. Absolutely. Not a problem. But luckily enough, not very often, I find. Yeah. But it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But because there's so many coming out, I think people are now sort of taking it for, what's that word? Taking it...
Granted?
Yeah, for granted. Because it's really unique. To be able to have someone that's passed over communicate through, you don't get that. The normal person, whatever normal is, because we're all normal, don't get that on an everyday existence. And I think that's really profound. And I honour the fact that they actually do it. And I'm more grateful that it's through me.
So you're kind of like a conduit, aren't you, for people to talk to their ones that are still here in physical embodiment who maybe haven't been listening. I mean, you gave that wonderful example of that